Thank you very much. So let me introduce myself fully. Like I am Ravisankar. I am from Andhra Pradesh. I have been training farmers for last 15, 20 years. I am trained by Padma Shri Subhash Palekarji, who is the promoter of zero budget natural farming. Now he is doing it as Subhash Palekar farming. So I have also done my experiments on Fukuoka's way of farming, which is natural farming. But I found Subhash Palekar's methods are more convenient for an Indian farmer, and also much more yielding and quick adaptation is possible. So I have trained around a few lakh of people, farmers throughout the country, went around and trained. And I have my own farm where I do my experiments, and I have done my work in natural farming. So way back about 6 years back, I have planted mango, plants in my saplings in my farm. Around 100 plants I have put. So distance wise and intercrops, all these things matter in natural farming. So before I go into the details about what I have done with, particularly with natural farming, I would like to tell you some things which are very, very, very important with respect to. So first principle of natural farming is diversity. That means you don't put one single crop. Okay, it should be like a forest. That means not like a forest doesn't mean that you just allow everything to grow. But if you observe the forest, you will see there is no single plant there. There are varieties of plants. Basically, there are 5 varieties of plants. That is starting from bulbs or grass. The thing like second one is creepers. The third one is bushes. Then comes plants, and then comes trees, which are big. So like this, in that also there are 2. One is with respect to grass, there are those which come, which give the yield on the surface on the thing, and those which gives inside the soil, like carrot and many other things, which are all like bulbs, they grow inside. Then we have with respect to creepers, those creepers which spread on the ground, and the creepers which grow taking the plant as a support. So we have 7 different varieties of crops coexisting all the time in the farm. So with this what happens is they provide nutrients required for each other. They are like a family, they go together. So this is one thing. The second aspect of natural farming is we believe that, and we know that earth is having enough nutrients for a plant to grow. That means you don't require anything from outside to give plant as a food or as a fertilizer or something like that. I have never given any fertilizer so far to any of the plants. And what we do is we develop a culture that will provide the environment for the plants to absorb the nutrients from the atmosphere or from the soil or from various. Okay. So that culture is called Jivamrutam. So we have developed that, and then we went on giving. For about 3 years continuously, I have given, regularly every month, Jivamrutam to the soil. It is not particular to a plant, it is to the soil, so that the whole environment is rich with the microorganisms which are important for the plant to develop its own food. So, this is one thing. The second thing that we do is with respect to that is one principle. Second thing we do is plants don't drink water. Third thing is plants don't drink water. Plants require moisture, not the water as it is. So we provide humidity to the root zone, so that there is humidity present. It is not the water which is present. Humidity with air and soil, together, that is the where all the microorganisms can grow abundantly and work for the plant to grow. Okay, so they go hand in hand. So in natural farming, it is a combination of all the living beings working together. Like I have got cows, which are deshi cows. That is, we call it naughty cow. Okay, these cows provide the microorganisms through its cow dung and urine, which we have used it for enriching our soil. Okay, and then the second thing that we do is we have put other plants so that they support each other. For example, like if we have got a dicot crop, we have a monocot crop to support it. So monocot and dicot crops go hand in hand with each other. So like this, we make this a complete unit so that there is enough, nutrient value present for the plant to take. Plants take what they want. Okay, it's not like we feed them. Okay, just like people try to feed their baby, we don't do that. Okay, we provide that so that plants take what it wants. Okay, so excess amount of nutrients provided, nothing, that kind of thing will not exist in natural farming. It is all in natural ratios. They are all there. Okay, so the next one that we do is we don't do such activities like tilling and all those things. Okay, so a question will come like, how do you manage the kalupu wheat, call in Telugu, that kind of a growth, that is we don't require. We will not have such kind of a growth in our crop because there is always some crop existing in our soil, so that will not allow unnecessary things to grow in our farm. So this is how they are all like compensate each other, they complement each other. So the complementation is going to make it happen. Now I want to tell you, after 6 years of my natural farming continuously happening in my farm, the plants have grown very well. There are no diseases. That means we don't have to put any kind of a insecticides or other kind of pesticides, something like that, because the plants are healthy. Okay, so when the soil is healthy, plant is healthy. So the crop yielding is also very, very good in many aspects. It's not just the number of fruits we get, nor the size or the weight alone, but there are other aspects also we study. It is like the taste of the fruit, the sustainability of the fruit. That means if you keep the fruit without any refrigeration or anything like that, the fruit can stay for more than 40 days. So we have seen that even after 40 days, it is not going to spoil. It is going to only shrink to make it like a dry fruit. So that's what is going to happen. So we have not seen our fruits getting spoiled or affected by insects or anything like that. So when you observe these things that's happening in my farm, it's not just my farm alone. I have trained a lot of farmers. So they are all doing this and successfully they are getting good yield. People who buy fruits from us are always like our permanent customers forever, because they know the taste and the value they give for the naturally farmed fruits. So this is how we have seen that our mango crops, of course, every crop, now we are getting the Nerale Hannu, that is also coming up now. I don't know what they call it in the other languages. So all these crops are, each fruit, anything, even grass we grow for our, fodder, like for our animals, they are also naturally grown. So all these things are creating a healthy atmosphere, which is making sure that, when you come there, when you visit a farm itself, you'll find it's a different thing. It's like a forest where you find yourself very relaxed. You feel that you have got everything abundant there. So this is what actually is natural farming, which will give even the farmer a kind of a satisfaction, even for the people who will come there to visit, and for everything that sustains there. And this time, last year, we have seen there were heavy rains, but it didn't affect our, farm much. It's because, a lot of people complained about many problems in the nearby farms where they didn't adopt natural farming. Like stagnation of water and all these things have affected the root zone and everything. But here, because the soil is so porous, it will absorb and it will sustain. And the one rain is good enough. Even if I get one rain, that's good enough for the whole month. So because of the porosity of the soil that is created by the earthworms there, by many other microorganisms and everything there. So earthworms are not brought from somewhere. They are all grown there itself. It is not like a vermicompost and all that we don't put, because that is again a manipulation that we do in the soil. There are no single manipulations we have done there. We just allowed the whole thing. The only thing that we do is we chose the plants. Like, we have brought grafted mangoes only, plants, and then those things we have put. Even if we had some of the things we have put as, like whatever the mango available, we have done grafting to the branches itself, so that branch will start giving that particular fruit. So we are now experimenting next this year of grafting for the same plant, different varieties of, mangoes. So this also will be a very beautiful thing, like one single plant use different varieties of mangoes. So these are all possible things with the, natural farming, because the mother plant is very, very healthy. And also the soil there is very, very healthy. And the farmer is also healthy because he won't use any of these pesticides or chemicals or even organic material. So we don't use any organic farming also we don't do. So this is purely a natural farm. So whatever I'm telling you is non-commercial farming. We call it zero budget natural farm. So there is no money to be spent except for buying the sapling or doing some work in the farm. There is no, it avoids all costs of, fertilizer, pesticide, even like ripening the mango, right? They do chemicals. We didn't do that. Okay. Mangoes also ripen naturally, okay, in the plant itself to a large degree. Afterwards, we keep it at home for 2-3 days, sometimes a week, and that ripens, okay, naturally. So this is how we are doing. Somebody has any question? Somebody speaking? Hello?
No, you may continue. You may continue.
Okay. So this is how we found our farming very sustainable. Sustainable in the sense, one is it is not a burden to the farmer, so it sustains the farmer. It's sustainable to the soil because it's not going to like make your soil weak, so that every time you have to put some extra things to the soil to enrich it. It is naturally enriched and it keeps on becoming more and more fertile. Soil has become very, very fertile. Like if you go to a forest, you will see how the soil is so rich and fertile. The same way, my farm, which was previously very unfertile, now today it has become a fertile soil. So soil wise, also it is also pocket friendly because farmer don't have to spend money. Okay, farmer is only at the earning end. Okay, he is not going to get anything from outside. Like he need not buy anything from outside, except if you can work on your own in your farm, you don't even have to spend for a coolie also. Because all these things, like me, my wife, and my children, we plucked the mangoes, packed them, and we sent it. So it is just a weekend thing for all of us. So a few weekends, if you go, you have got plenty of money, and so this is how a farmer will be debt free. A farmer is going to really enjoy good foods. Like we this year is the first crop we got. Last time we got flowering, but we removed it because the first flowering we removed. So at this time we can get a very good healthy yielding, so that the plant comes out with much more strength to give better crop. So that's how we got the very good crop this year, and we enjoyed the fruits very much because of the taste wise Also the sustainability wise, to whomever we have sent and shared, they are very, very happy and appreciating it. It went even to a price of 2,500 rupees per kilo because of the quality with which it has been, it has. Okay. So this is how a farmer can do miracles in this farm by using. It's not just mangoes. I'm just telling whatever we have done is for mangoes. We also have other things like chiku we have nimbu we have, we have many other plants we have. So it is it's not just one. Varieties of things are there coexisting. So we keep on getting some crops, we get it every week, like drumstick and all that we get every week. Some crops we get once in a month or something like that. Some we get for the season, of the year. So like that, it is a fantastic phenomenal thing. Every time you go to your farm, you have something to get back, get things back. So you have something to really offer. So this is something like we have to make a good establishment. Most of the time, farmers are all doing in their own farm. It may not be a leased land also. In their own farm, they are doing it in such a way that as if they are doing it for a leased farm. That means every time they have to do something, every time they have to do something. Not required. Like if it is your own house, how you keep it? The same way, once you really establish a natural farm in your place, all your other expenses will all enormously come down. Maybe very little work you have to do sometimes, what is required for many people. But this year I have not spent anything for my farm. Okay, like this, we see that a farmer is independent. Farmer is, like he's not dependent on, business of other people. Another thing, only he must know how to market his product, because people think it in equal to the chemically farmed or other, organic farmed thing. When I say I did natural farming, they say, is it organic? I say, okay, because people understand organic, they don't understand much of natural farming. After eating, they say, it's better than the organic. Yeah, that is true, because it's natural farming. Okay, so this is the beauty of natural farming. And you can do a lot of ways, lot of things you can do. It is not just limited to one particular crop. Okay, because in nature doesn't discriminate between one crop and another crop. For nature, everything is equal. Okay, nature supports everything to go. We may choose this and that and all that. That's fine. That's also fine. But within the principles of natural farming, we need to do. If it goes beyond and we try to manipulate it in such a way that it harms the soil or harms the atmosphere, we have to pay heavily for that. So that's why it is a thing that farmers have to become more sensitive and more aware about the nature and its ways of functioning, rather than try to control it or try to force upon it, thinking that more yield will come if we put more fertilizers or more, we try to do more crop, more plants. Is not true. So coming to another very important thing that we need to understand in natural farming is sunlight. See, plants prepare their food. Probably you know about photosynthesis. Everybody should have learned in the natural science, but they don't talk this much in the agriculture sciences. Plants' main source of preparation of food comes from the sun rays. Okay, it uses the sun rays to take, its required thing like chlorophyll, everything from the atmosphere. So you require enough light. But enough light doesn't mean that every plant requires the same amount of light. Different plants require different amount of light. Okay, how many luminous it requires light. So when you plant them, it should be in such a way that light is properly distributed for the plants. Is a very hard plant. It can withstand the toughest sun. Okay, it wants more and more light. More sun, much better will be the crop. So with mango plants, that is one thing. But underneath the mango plant, you can have other crops which doesn't require so much of sunlight, so that they will also grow. For example, you can grow below the mango garden. If it is a garden, is very widespread, it's now grown to cover the canopy, everything. Then below that, you can grow crops which require very little or less sunlight. For example, you can grow turmeric. A turmeric doesn't require much light. It grows very well also in the shade. So the shade of the tree helps in growing such kind of crops. So this is how you are having a greenhouse effect there itself. Natural greenhouse, real greenhouse. Okay, that is actually creating everything required for the plant to grow. So you can use these big trees grown in your farm as a like a, we call it pandiri, that means like a, stand for creepers to grow. So the creepers will give their fruits also. See, after the mango season, the tree is simply standing there, right? So if you put some creeper to grow, like for example, you can grow any of the gourds, okay, like a ridge gourd or any snake gourd, anything like that. They will grow and they will be giving you the fruits. Meanwhile, okay, before the season of again mango start. So this is how you can take a crop in between. So this is an additional income for the farmer, right? So this is the plan and idea of how we grow natural, how we can make natural farming. Okay, so when it comes to the plantation, like we saw mangoes require 36 feet by 36 feet distance, because by the time it grows and its canopy is completely full-fledged, then it will not be touching the other plant. Any same kind of a plant, if it touches the branches of another plant nearby, its yield will fall down, come down. So 36 by 36 feet is the most ideal distance for planting mangoes. So that what happens is, there is enough space for the plant to grow. So because the plants now is about 6 years, then we have got plenty of space between two plants. We have put other plants like drumsticks and all that, so that when this canopy becomes big, we can remove drumstick or anything like that. Okay, it's easy to remove. So like that, we must have plants. I have seen in some places people have planted so close, like 16 feet, 20 feet distance, and they said when they grow, then they can remove the one row in between all that. It will take at least 10, 15 years or 20 years so that can be. But I have gone there after 20 years, I have seen, because I've been doing this for quite long. When they did like that, it was very difficult to remove a row in between, because their roots are entangled. By outside, how they are, same way inside, their roots are all, holding each other. When you try to remove this row, it is disturbing the plants on the other sides also. Some of them have mercilessly died. So we need to be very careful when you are planting them. Put them at particular distance, 36 feet by 36 feet for all big trees, including coconut, any kind of a big tree, it should have 36 by 36. Small plants can have, 16 feet or something like that. So there is a particular design, we got from Subhash Palekar, what to be planted in a mango garden. So we used it successfully by planting them in between. So we get in a year minimum of 20, 30 different varieties of crops. So what happens is, a farmer is always rich, always has something for himself and something for others also. Like I got now this time a lot of lemon. Even if the price is not much in the market, I am not bothered, because I'm getting, that is one more crop for me. Okay, so this way, if anybody does natural farming, his costs have come down, so the prices in the market will not affect him much. And even people in the outside also, they get at a very reasonable price and healthy fruits and other grains, everything they get in the process of natural farming. So if you observe the process of natural farming, you will see that everybody is benefited, not just the farmer or somebody like a business people or the public or the nature. Everybody is benefited. Nature is benefited. Yeah. Farmer is benefited, and people who eat are benefited. Even the prices have come down, so the whole country is benefited. So in a way, it really supports everybody to be rich and healthy and happy. So this is the possibility with natural farming. We are not just successful with just with mango yield and the crop or the money we gain. The happiness we gain, the satisfaction we gain, the health we gain, these are all very, very value worth things which you cannot buy in the market. Okay, your health cannot be bought by this, right? So that's how natural farming is the most sustainable, simple, easy, and anybody can do it. I am not a person who is born in a farmer's family or anything like that. But out of my own interest, out of my concern for the nature and concern for the people around and for my own self to eat healthy food, I took this. And then before I tell somebody some some kind of a sermon, I should practice. So that's how I experimented, practiced, and got benefited. And whatever I got, I am sharing with everybody. That's how today I am here to explain to you how I got this thing. Because to tell you in one nutshell is not so easy, but at the same time, if you have any questions and if you ask me, it's easy for me to explain to you how you can overcome those hurdles or anything that you may be facing. If I am just telling you like, do this, do that and all that, it will be like, it may not, connect to you as such. Okay. So it is not simply like press some button and you get the thing. It is something like, it is a culture. It is your concern that matters more than anything else. If you really care for a healthy food, if you really care to give a future to your family and to the country, if you really care for really enjoying, relish the tasty, naturally grown food and all this, you should, develop this, farming method. That's going to really help you a lot. So this is what I am telling you. Now, my giving you an idea of what natural farming is done. Now, if you have any question, I will explain to you according to your need, according to your requirement. Because there may be small farmers, there may be big farmers, depending on that, how to really prepare and make your farm really rich and sustainable. Okay. Shall we go into the question answers so that I can go into it, and later I'll give the conclusion. Okay. If anybody has any questions, please take the privilege to ask me. I request the host to coordinate that questions so that I'll be able to answer to them. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Ravi, for the detailed presentation. Now we'll take up a few questions.
Please.
So the first question is, what are the key benefits of natural farming for farmers and agri-entrepreneurs in mango cultivation?
So one by one we'll take. First is for the farmers. Okay. There are two parts in it. So first is for the farmer. Okay. See, you can do natural farming even in a very small area. Even in 1 cent, you can do natural farming. Okay, you don't require big place to do lot of machines, this thing, that kind of a thing. Okay, this is one thing. Even you can do it even for a very large space. Also, you can do natural farming. It doesn't make big difference. This is one thing. Second thing is, all that you require for natural farming is 1 deshi cow for 30 acres. If you have got 30 acres, 1 deshi cow is enough. If you have got, like I have even trained farmers with 1 deshi cow how to do for 60 acres also. We have done experiments even for 300 acres also. 1 cow is a must. 1 deshi cow is a must. So deshi cow, it takes same thing. Whatever you have in your own crop, it will take its fodder is there, so it can eat from there. So you don't require special care for the deshi cow when it comes to your natural farming. So, and the cow gives you the required thing. All that you have to, like, this is the most beneficial thing for the farmer is, one is his inputs are almost zero, completely zero. You don't require, that's why we call it zero input farming also. That means you don't have to buy anything from outside. We tell like, gav ka paisa gav mein. That means village money will not go out, village money remains. Shahar ka paisa gav mein. That means city money will come to village. Now villagers are spending money, on the cities, sending their children, this thing, that thing. Now the money will come from cities to the village, and America ka paisa gav mein. That means foreign money also will come because we export some of the best of the things. So farmers will be immensely benefited if they know how to export and send it to the proper places where you can, get good income. Okay, people around the world are more aware than ourselves in our country. We eat anything, but those people are very particular about, fruits or vegetables, anything like that we send. Coming from, they call it organic because that's all they understand. But natural farming will have no trace of anything because we don't use any kind of an organic or chemical fertilizer or any kind of insecticide, nothing like that. So the yield is completely poison free, toxin free. So this way your yields are much more worthy than whatever is in the market. You can definitely sell it 10 times the price of a normally grown fruits in the market. Okay, yeah. This part for the farmer. What is the second part you said about? Madam?
Yeah.
One is farmer.
So for the entrepreneurs, agri-entrepreneurs.
Agri-entrepreneurs. Okay, good. I don't know what we particularly mean by agri-entrepreneurs. In case you call it as a team of farmers or a company which is farming or anything like that, for them also it is very, very beneficial if they understand this, because it has nothing to do with a particular place or anything. You can use any soil for natural farming. This is one very interesting. If it is soil, that's enough. I'm not telling it should not be a desert, I'm telling, but definitely it should be soil. Even rocky soil also we have grown very well. So if there is soil, and if you can take any bit of land, we can definitely successfully do natural farming. Especially mango farming is very, very easy, very, very simple. All that you have to do is you have to really take care of it for 1 year. 1 year is good enough. The second year onwards, it is just little maintenance. Whenever it requires little humidity, you have to provide that. Otherwise, nothing much to be done. 3 years, if you really provide and all that regularly on every month basis, I tell you, after 3 years, nothing much to be done. Simply keeps on giving, and the soil will grow rich with the micronutrients on its own. Okay, very nice. Please, madam.
Okay.
Any other question? Next question.
Next question, how can natural farming techniques help in reducing input costs and increasing profitability for mango growers?
Yeah, there is no zero inputs, actually, I have to tell you, except in the plant cost that you buy from somewhere. Even that can also be done by you. We have done something like you eat and throw away the mango shell, right? If you can really, like many times it comes on its own, they grow also. If you can use those mangoes, which shells that you are throwing, and if you can do the process of bijamrut, that means seed, culturing, when you do that and if you plant them, those plants are going to be forever, hundreds of years they stand. And when they grow to a particular height, you can bring whatever that, a particular plant variety you want, mango variety, and you can graft it. If you know how to graft it, you can do it. Or you can take the help of people who does the grafting. People who do this kind of grafting, they will come and do the grafting for your plants. When they do the grafting for your plant, then that particular variety will grow, and the old plant, which the original plant you have put, will be giving place to it. It will only give the roots for it. The remaining plant will be this. So this is another cost. This is another cost that may be required for a farmer like me, because I don't know about grafting and all that. So I have to buy grafted plants. Later I realized that I can do myself. It's not a rocket technology in that. Anybody can do it. So we need to just go and learn it a little bit. See, what happened with the present day farmer is they want everything ready-made. So that they think like fertilizer ready-made, the pesticide ready-made. So they think if you put this, then you will get. Maybe after a few years, they don't even have that creativity or strength to buy or get them also. Somebody they want to do it. Like a lot of farmers have become simply people who give their land for lease. So somebody will prepare and they get some money. But farming is a very beautiful experience when you go to the farm, take care of the plants, you work with the plants, you play with the soil and everything. It gives tremendous satisfaction. So for the people who really love farming as a lifestyle, they enjoy a lot and also they will get a very good yield. So this is the only important thing that I saw. The remaining things are all like your cow is there to provide everything you require. And water, yeah, you can put drip or anything like that in case you want, distribution of water can be done by that way. And once the plant has crossed, like today my plants are 6 years, now they don't even require, water supply. A few rains are enough. Maybe it may dry a little during hot times, but later again it picks up. That drying is also a very good, experience for the plant. But when it rains, it really works very hard to produce its fruits and everything and gives tremendous yield. So just spoon feeding them is not required. No, sometimes you have to allow it to dry. That's what we call it in Telugu. So that's important. You don't have to give water for some time. A few months you should not give water. So then only you will get very good yield. So like this, if you see, your water input is also very less, very little. You don't have to give much of water. Today we are wasting a lot of water in the name of agriculture. So much of bigger pumps and putting all that is all too much, both taxing on the nature, on the water resources, also on the soil and the plants. So this requires very little water. 10% of water is enough. So this way it saves a lot from the electricity bills for the farmers also. Of course, the electricity is now given free for, but if it is a company or something like that, they will save a lot of money on electricity bills. Okay, so commercial ventures also will be saving a lot of money through natural farming, right? Yeah. Thank you. Yes, thanks.
Okay. Okay. And what are some practical steps that farmers and agri-entrepreneurs can take to transition from conventional farming to natural farming methods in mango cultivation?
So nice, beautiful, very interesting question, very important question. See, whatever we have done so far in the name of agriculture or horticulture, anything is actually damaging the soil, damaging the nature, damaging our whole lifestyle, making agriculture a very costly affair. At least now people should realize whatever I have done is wrong. But because they don't know and they don't have another option, they somehow try to do it and they are into debts. So they are suffering a lot. So whether it is an enterprise or a farmer, individual farmer, they have to shift to natural farming as early as possible, as immediately as possible. And nature is so abundant and so loving and so caring. It will definitely give you a shelter for, it will pardon all our mistakes, that we have done so far. And it will take a little time. Maybe first year you may not find a big change. But when I closely monitored and helped some people, they found good results even in the first year itself. Otherwise, what I tell you is definitely within 1 or 2 years, your whole crop will change, your whole soil, everything will change its nature. It becomes natural. So it helps you really relax and get plenty of, because you don't even see like how much you are spending for the inputs. If you deduct the inputs from the profits that you make, what you are left is nothing. Here input is almost zero. So whatever you get is always a bonus and always a profit. So how do you shift is the first question. First thing you have to do is get a deshi cow. Okay, deshi cow is a must for natural farm to start with. Okay, so get a deshi cow. I tell get 2 cows so that they will have somebody to. They also require a company. So 1 or 2 deshi cows if you can get, and if you take care, it will provide the cow dung and cow urine. With that, you can prepare, the required things like Jivamrut and other things for the soil to be rich, so that you can do this. First, if there is a standing, garden of mangoes, then what you have to do is now, the season is almost over. Now all mangoes must have been taken out. Fruits are taken out. Now you have to prune them. It's a good time to prune. So between July end to August end, that is 1 month, you prune the plants so that what happens is it will come out with many branches, many branches. So you have to prune. When you prune it, you have to apply Jivamrut on the plant as a spray. When you spray that on the plant, then it will come out with multiple branches, healthy branches. Okay, so that they will be giving more fruits, multiple number of fruits. Next year we'll have at least 10-20 times more yield than this year. So that's why this is the first step you have to do if it is a mango plant, because we are now talking about the mango crop. You have to do that immediately. Within this month, you have to do that. Then you have to start providing Jivamrut with the water to the plant. When you are giving, you can supply it through channels or through drip or anyway, like those details I cannot give right now. So how to do it, we have to work out with each farmer what they are doing. But you should keep giving Jivamrut to the soil now. As you start giving Jivamrut to the soil, naturally what happens is your plant will also develop more roots. More number of roots, more number of branches. More number of branches, more number of leaves. More number of leaves, more photosynthesis. More photosynthesis means more flowering. More flowering means more fruits. So this is how they are all connected to each other. So we should work from the soil by providing Jivamrut to the soil regularly. Okay, once in 10 days or 15 days, if you want to give, if you have spoiled your soil by giving too much of pesticides or insecticides or even a lot of fertilizers so far, then you should give once in a week Jivamrut to the soil, so that all those chemicals will be nullified by the microorganisms we provide. Because the first few times the microorganisms will die because of those chemicals. As you keep on supplying them more and more, they sustain and they grow, and they will develop the earthworms which are extinct in your soil. See, when you are doing chemical farming and all that, earthworms will leave your land, leave your soil. Now, once you put all this natural farming, earthworms will come to your soil and they start doing a lot of work for you. They are the farmers' friends, so that they will bring the rich nutrients from the bottom 30 feet below to the top soil, so that to the root zone, so the roots will get a lot of nutrients required. So you will see within a year, this year itself, you will see a lot of changes happen in your soil, in your plants and everything. You will save on fertilizer, you will save on pesticides, because the trees become healthy, they don't get affected by any kind of insects or by the infections. Okay, so you will be doing miracles by just applying Jivamrut as a first step. After you start doing Jivamrut, when it gives flowering, what to be done, I will tell you. When that will happen in somewhere near November, December. Then I will tell you when it becomes small mangoes, when it comes, what to do next, so that the mango size will grow. And then these are all natural ways on. Okay, natural processes on. Then when the mango can grow well, then other things you have to do is how to really, at what time you have to pluck it, how to preserve it, natural ways, so that you will get plenty of money through this process. Okay, thank you. Next point, next question, please. 1 second, I'll close the room. Okay. Please, next question, please. Madam?
Okay. How can government departments and agricultural institutions support and promote national farming practices in the mango industry?
Okay. See, we are making farmers independent by these natural farming. We are more dependent on nature rather than on the other man-made systems. So this government and all these things will come to a rescue when you are not doing natural farming. And fortunately for us in Andhra Pradesh, the government of Andhra Pradesh has promoted natural farming. It has developed, it has opened a complete department of natural farming. So I have the privilege of training most of those people, most of the agricultural scientists and agriculture department heads. So they are all promoting now, and lots of farmers, lakhs of farmers have shifted to natural farming now. So if any government wants to make a study, they can study with the government of Andhra Pradesh what it has done with the natural farming, how it is supporting the farmers that way. So people, whoever has shifted, any farmer who has shifted to natural farming will never commit suicide, because he will not be into debts and any other problem. He will not have a pesticide to drink also with him. So this is really a great gift any government can give to its citizens. So a lot of other countries like Malaysia, Sri Lanka, and all these governments there have understood the value of natural farming, and they are promoting a lot in those countries. So it is time for government to wake up and start promoting natural farming. Even our central government is also saying this, but most of them are working on organic farming, thinking like as a holy thing they are doing. But actually the real farming is with natural farming. Because organic farming is again a guised way of chemical farming. This is again a commercial way of selling their products. Companies trying to sell their products. But this will free farmer. This will make the country rich. This will make every citizen independent. If farmers become really independent, the country will be very, very powerful. So this is going to work if the government genuinely and sincerely think about farmers' welfare. This will definitely work. Thank you. Next, please.
Okay. And are there any specific training and capability building programs available for farmers interested in learning about successful mango cultivation via natural farming?
Yes, we conduct those trainings. I have online courses also. They can join the course and they can learn on their own. They are all self-paced courses so that they don't have to wait for me to teach them also. Those classes are always ready and available. So that's how each farmer will learn and develop. And in case they require any personal guidance, we will give, like consultation we give, so that they will be able to use my knowledge or our experiences and our farmers nearby. I can give them some of the nearby farmers who are doing, so that they can go and study. So that's how they can learn a lot and they can do. And it's very interesting and exciting process. When you start doing it, you will see that so much of possibility is there. Because it is not, even if you are a mango farmer, grower, you will be also getting many other fruits with that, so that you will see suddenly you become very, very rich. So these trainings are all not restrained to some particular farming, but definitely it will give a guidance to any kind of a farming, whether it is agriculture or horticulture or any other things also, like you do medicinal plants, anything like that. For all this is going to work. So there is a beautiful training. Anybody can join. Just they can contact me through you. Also, they can contact me. I will give the required contacts and the courses for them to take. Okay, these are all available. Thank you.
Okay. And what are the potential market opportunities and consumer demand for naturally grown mangoes, and how can individuals tap into these markets?
It is a huge market in the world outside, but today government of India is not allowing exports of mangoes, to that extent. So certain varieties are not exported. So that's how we have to find within the country some of the things. Yeah, places like Bombay, like cities, metropolitan cities, where people have a lot of money, they will buy naturally farmed, mangoes. People from the rural or smaller places, they don't even have an idea about what is natural farming and how it is different from this. So they will only look at the price tag they put, so they don't know what they are eating also. So we should not go to these small markets around. We should go to the markets, and you can do like right now in Amazon. I find a lot of people are selling naturally farmed, mangoes. So there is so much of demand also. The prices are also very good. Like, you can sell for a kilo minimum of 500 rupees to even 2,800, like that, So it is all like how you pack them, how you present them. All these things matter. So that farmer has to learn. Each one has to learn how to really sell his products. Okay, if you care that, because people see how much of effort you have put in presenting them. So you have to do that, and you should also know how valuable is your fruit. If you don't know your own valuable thing, you may sell it away for a throwaway price. That's your mistake, not the mistake of the fruit or the whatever that you got. So you should know how to put it. And we have big markets. Don't sell it to the godowns and all this place. You should plan in advance. For example, you are going to sell in May or something like that, in the month of May. You should announce it in the month of February, March itself, saying that my fruits will be available. So people book in advance also. If you put it in the Amazon or anything like that. Okay, you can have your own websites also, where you can put up your ad and all that. So people will go. And today with WhatsApp and all these things, there's so much of market you have. You don't know from where people come and order and buy also. So you can do intense marketing. See, this part also farmers should know how to market their products. So now the arena is too big. Like, you can do a lot of things. Okay, within the country itself, you can. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. There's a couple of more questions. Can you provide information on any certification or labeling schemes for organic or naturally grown mangoes that farmers and agri entrepreneurs should be aware of?
Yeah, there are some companies which will give certification that this is free from chemicals and all that. That can be done. That is available in the thing. Like, you have to send your samples, and they will give the certification. And when you go through the training, I will give the certification that you have gone through the training. So that is one that gives you the thing like, I am a certified natural farmer. At the same time, your products require, every time you sell or something like that, your products require a certification, because people look at it more. But actually, if they eat, they will know it very well. Like, if you take my mango and any other mango, we cannot relish any more of the other mangoes. When I go outside, they say it's a very good mango. We eat, we will have burning and all that. But these mangoes are so tasty. They when you put it in your mouth itself, you know that it sends the signals of health. So that itself is a great certification. And first year you may find it little difficult to market, but it will go as a word of mouth to all the people that these are the mangoes that you should eat. People will come and they will book in advance. They will take mangoes from you. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Please.
How can individuals or community groups support and promote natural farming practices for mango cultivation in their local areas?
I didn't get your question properly. Repeat it, please.
1 second. How can individuals or community groups support and promote
individual? What is it?
Individuals and community groups.
Okay.
Support and promote natural farming practices for mango cultivation in their local areas.
Yeah, we have another movement called neighborocracy, where neighbors meet regularly. We have a lot of units like that. So weekly they all sit and do it, where we promote natural farming things. One of the persons will be out of that group in the neighborhood will be concerned about the naturally farmed food. So that person will be intimating and educating the people about natural farming. That means the people there themselves, they can grow. If you have got a backyard, you can grow at least one mango tree, definitely. Or you can grow it in your roof top also. My sister has grown it on the roof gardening. She has done mango, she has grown. So like that, everybody can grow the mango tree. For one tree is good enough for the whole family, right? So like that. So this is one thing. In the community, we can grow like this. Second thing is about purchasing and selling. Like if the community there, if they regularly meet and they value it, they will have two things. One is price will be in their hands because of their order will be big and easy for them to buy. So they will get a very good quality at a low price, at a reasonably low price. So this is one thing. Second thing is it is all like we have to organize ourselves. Nobody will come and organize. People, we have to decide that let us be together. Let us take steps for our health. Let us see that we eat naturally farmed food. Like that, if the community could be sometimes I see some apartments, especially in the cities, they take a decision like we will buy. Like this in last time during Corona in Pune, the whole colony, they all, I guided them to form a group. There are about 200 families. They said we require so much every month, like every week they require vegetables, this, like that. So we connected them to a farmers group which provides this, or we train them also to a large extent that they can grow in their own colony many of the things that they require. So this is how it became sustainable, both ways, for the grower and for the consumer. So it is like, we have to bring more awareness. Along with it, we should have structures in the sense, groups of people connected to each other. So this has to be done. I think that's my second work I'm doing right now. Apart from just growing, I'm making networks of people. We call it neighborhood community network, where neighborhoods are all made into groups of people and they are connected as a network. So they have strength, buyer strength, they have got consumer strength. So that's how it will be very helpful for the communities. Right. Thank you. We are left with one more minute.
We have one participant in Zoom. Mr. Dattu, you would like to ask any question?
Hello, Mr. Dattu, do you have any question?
Madam, no questions, madam. I am already a volunteer in this natural farming.
Okay.
Dattu is also one of the persons trained by.
I'm happy.
Yeah, he's very happy doing it. Okay.
So I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Very happy with today's meeting.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Good to know. Good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Mr. Ravi. I don't see any more questions from our participants. So now we have come to end of question round. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we'd like to thank you for a very detailed talk and answering all the questions in depth. And we also like to thank all the participants for joining this meeting. The meeting will now be closed.
Thank you very much to everybody.
You're most welcome. Thank you.